What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Some Ordinary podcast. What episode is it, Muta?
Dude, I can't count past 4, so you don't even... You keep asking me this, and I can't give you the answer.
Who cares what
dude.
episode it is? It's the third Keemstar episode, which means...
The Keemstar
he's a pussy
3.
boy.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
And we have our guest, Keemstar.
How's it going, Keem?
Good. Things have been, I'm busy.
You want to let us in on what you're busy
been up
with? Or?
So doing the influencer boxing stuff, building cards, got a big Nashville event coming up July 22nd. So doing all that, helping Rumble bring over some of their small creators and working on that stuff. Of course, got Dromler, got a video game in the process of being made, got a DLC on some other thing that I've got a lot of stuff going on.
God damn.
So Rumble, not Kick, dude? Jesus Christ.
No. Well, this is what happened. Kai Sinet is an AMP, is a part of LFM, which is my management company, right? Okay. And they did a deal with Rumble. So through that process, I met the CEO, and the guy is just awesome. Like, absolutely fell in love with the CEO. And he started telling me about, like, what actually Rumble is and how, it's based on, like, protecting free speech. And in order to do that, they have their own servers and a whole bunch of stuff, which, everybody in commentary is, like, against, right? Censorship and all that. And just explaining how, like, they got mislabeled as, like, alt-right when really they have all these, left-leaning people there and right-leaning people, obviously. And how they wanted to get more into streaming and stuff like that, like tap into our world. And I don't know, I really like what they're doing. So I worked out a deal with them, and I'm helping them bring on people. Kick, I don't know what's going on over there. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
Dude, $100 million. LeBron's not even getting paid that much to stream. Jesus Christ.
It's
So,
it's real confusing because when that got announced, the XQC got $100 million for 2 years, 2-year deal.
Not exclusive.
Yeah, I put out this tweet and I was like, I wish they would report the stream deal and then the gambling deal separate.
Yeah.
Because I remember Aiden Ross, when he got signed over to Kick, most of it, or at least half of it, was for the gambling side of things. It was like a stake deal, not a Kick deal. And they were bunching them all together for the press. But then as I started looking into it, XQC has been saying, like, over and over again, this has nothing to do with gambling. This is just a streaming deal. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because he just got exposed for streaming The Dark Knight, which Kick said, "Oh, you can't do that." Like,
I mean,
Dude, he was watching Breaking Bad.
I don't know if exposed is the
What are you
right word. The dude broadcasted himself committing copyright felonies, in front of
Did
100,000
you guys see the Breaking Bad shit too? He, like, after that, he's like, oh, maybe not movies. I guess we'll watch Breaking Bad.
yeah.
not
So,
gonna
like,
be
today I
copyrighted.
see he's like, imagine you pay, like, this gifted, talented creator $100 million
Dude,
just
to
Aiden
stream on your
dude.
platform, and they're broadcasting Breaking Bad and reacting to it. What?
Dude, it's so funny how, like, even the admins for Kick went into the chat and they're like, no, this isn't okay, by the way.
Yo, it's just wild. They sign Aiden Ross. The first thing he does is stream the Super Bowl. They sign XQC. The first thing he does is stream The Dark Knight. And
It's like a curse, dude. It's straight up a curse.
It's like whoever joins is just doomed to become, like, the poster boy of bad decisions for the whole website.
Well, you know what?
Dude.
You know what it's got me thinking of is Kim.com. All right. Kim.com had his whole life ruined, right? Because he was doing mega share, whatever, sending files back and forth, the type of website he owned. And Hollywood was
uploads.
saying, like, look, our copyright's being infringed. People are downloading movies and then they're sharing with each other. So what? They send in a SWAT team in another country at his house. They arrest him. Like, the U.S. has been trying to get him flown over here to face charges for years and years and years. He's been a prisoner. He's had his companies ruined. Bro, isn't XQC doing the same shit? Isn't these streamers that stream TV?
This is
they're
coming
straight
from
up
XQC,
broadcasting
the
to,
guy
like,
that
80,
wanted
90.
to sue the Olympics, okay? Like, let's be real here.
Oh, I don't know that story.
Oh, that's a great story. So he streamed the Olympics when the Olympics were going on, and they wanted to stop him, so he wanted to sue them for stopping him from streaming the Olympics. Love him so much.
During the Special Olympics.
Cheeto.
Did you see that they just added isn't there am I making that up? Can't you bet on the Special Olympics?
There's no fucking way. If you can, I'm putting
God,
100
It's not even a joke.
down.
I'm pretty sure I saw that's a real thing. People can now bet on the 2023 Special Olympics. Forbes article.
They call it neurodivergent fighting.
Dude, no way. That's on Forbes?
I love
Yes,
how
sir.
reporters just clickbait now. Like they just the craziest title. Because here's the thing: you probably always could bet on the Special Olympics. Like it's probably always been a thing. But it's like,
Yeah, in the black market where you sell your soul.
Yeah.
but no one's ever thought about it.
There's a place called betonline.ag. You can bet on the Special
Dude,
Olympics.
I'd put down money, bro. I mean,
I got my money on Ricky Berwick.
The worst odds are for Ecuador.
Yeah, Ricky Berwick's gonna fucking kick ass.
Ricky
Jesus
Berwick
Christ.
just had a race with his girlfriend, and and he was like picking on her that she was crippled. It was quite the video.
Dude, the picture of him and his girlfriend with the caption, "What's stopping you?" is like one of the coldest images on the internet right now.
Oh my god, dude! Like all the incel shit came out like crazy. They're like, if he's getting girlfriends, how are you? And I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you really need
I'm-
Hustlers University? Ricky Berwick did
Yeah,
it
exactly.
alone.
Dude, speaking about Hustlers University, Andrew's finally been charged after
yes.
6 months of detention and house arrests, and he's got a whole charge coming on him. What do you guys think about that?
I cannot wait to see the evidence because, like, bro, there's been a
Same,
lot of big people online saying he's a fucking trafficker. He's this, he's that, right?
Yeah.
And then of course you got Tate himself and other people saying there is no evidence. It's like finally, now that there's a charge, like we're gonna get to see evidence, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be
Yeah,
the
it's
next
like
Johnny
it's a
Depp,
court of law.
public court case that Asmongold is gonna stream.
Dude, I'm like, here's the thing about the whole Andrew Tate shit. It's like, I just want to see some, like, that proof.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to see all that proof. That's all I want to see. I'm not saying the guy is innocent or guilty. I just wait until, like, the proof comes out. Because anybody that's, like, here's my personal opinion. Do I think he's guilty? Based on the shit he said in his podcast, if all of that is true, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you fall into the guilt bandwagon, but how much of that is like the guy saying shit to flex and whatnot? I don't know. I just want to see the actual like proof. How can you lock somebody behind for 6 months? Obviously, they must have something, and that's what I'm excited to see for sure, 100%. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by our friends over at FlexiSpot. Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of standing desks? I know I have. And, if you ever aim to have a healthier lifestyle and not be sitting 100% of the time while you're gaming, working on projects, or doing anything on the computer, then a standing desk is perfect for you. You can enjoy the, comforts of a slightly active, healthier lifestyle and no compromises on your computer usage patterns, ladies and gentlemen. This has multiple heights that you can go up and down on, even presetting on the E7, ladies and gentlemen. You can choose between how you want to sit, how you want to stand, and if you want to get a little funky, then you got 2 extra program buttons as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I hate on a desk when I'm working, typing furiously away on my keyboard, is when I see things wobbling on the desk. And I took a glass of water and I made sure there was no wobble as I was typing furiously away over on a game of Final Fantasy XIV Online. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, this table can handle some heavy stuff too. In fact, I tried lifting it with me a little bit, and while it was scary, I would tend to be a little calm there because a FlexiSpot desk absolutely can handle a whole bunch of your setup, maybe even yourself if you choose to decide to lie on the desk too. Again, the world is your oyster. Ladies and gentlemen, the benefits of a standing desk have been brought to you by FlexiSpot for a pretty reasonable price. If you believe a standing desk is right for you, then I would highly recommend FlexiSpot. So make sure to check our codes and use our links in the description below. Anyways, let's get back to the episode. I don't like. The thing about that case trial though is like no matter what, it's still not going to solve the situation for everybody. You know what I mean? Like if he loses, you're gonna have like people in his camp just say the Matrix got him, and if he wins, you'll have the people who hate him just say, oh, Romania's corrupt, so they got away with it's a lose-lose situation almost, kind of, for public discourse.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
people just don't admit when they're wrong anymore. That's like not a thing.
It is.
No.
It's so sad. Unless
No,
you're
they don't.
iDubbbz. But anyway, aside from him, yeah, no, people don't like being wrong, and people don't like admitting that they're wrong.
I think he
and it's
admitted
really
that he
sad.
was right. By that I mean alt-right.
Damn. Oh,
Jesus
Damn.
Christ, dude.
yo, were you happy when you saw his fall from grace? Like, did it make you happy?
No, it didn't make me happy. It just made me like cringe. Like everything that, like the tattoos, the shit with Sam Hyde. The I'm sorry for my
Did he
past.
apologize
like-
to you?
Huh?
Did he apologize to you, by the way? I was wondering.
Indirectly,
he gave
he
a-
apologized in the video for everyone he made a content cop on.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, that.
well, I guess you're one of
yeah,
them.
I don't feel
So-
like
There
that
you
counts.
go.
Then he gave Tana an extra one, and then Tana responded with, "No, I deserved it. Like, I was an asshole."
Yeah.
Dude, that whole like side of the internet, like it's so funny how like a year ago we looked at Tana doing like that coin scam and we're like, this fucking dumbass. And I was like, no, we must protect her. She's an innocent like party. I'm like, no, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like I hate anybody that's willing to scam the audience personally, like with the crypto shit. So yeah, that's just me being a little bit
one of the
negative
hot
on
takes
that.
that came out of this podcast is scamming people is worse than saying racial slurs. What do you think of that take?
What?
Keem.
When? Whoa! I never co-signed that.
Yeah, you
what?
did. You literally co-signed that.
Oh wait, say it again. Scamming people
Scamming
is worse than
people
racism?
is worse than racial slurs.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously, scamming people is way worse than saying a racial slur. Like,
asking.
let's calm the down there. What do you think about that, Keem?
I agree with that, but I think that's like a personal opinion, right? To someone else, a racial slur could be the absolute worst thing you could do, you know?
God, I love how you've been
my
so
God.
fucking like.
How you've been,
I
you've
lo-
been
I
out of
love-
drama for like.
I love
months.
how you softened up. Actually, God damn, old Keem would have been like, scammers. I don't give a shit if you said something naughty the other day. Jesus.
We missed the
I
old
just-
Keemstar.
I'm just trying to like think of other people's perspectives. Like, there's people out there that just what I've learned like through the last couple years is just like I'm so sick of fighting with the world. At the end of the day, like everyone else is living a different reality than me. Like I live in base reality. I like what I see is actual facts and actual reality. Everyone else is in fucking la la land.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always, I guess thinking about other people's perspectives and how they see the world is completely different than me.
See that's like real growth right there. I'm just like fucking with
This
you
is just
saying like I want the old
character
King.
development
That's
in
just
front of
that's
our
actually
eyes.
like, yeah, Jesus Christ. You know, it's like I remember like you're probably the only person that I really know that's been thrown through the ringer like this much throughout the last few. I mean, I don't remember a single year where there isn't like a Keemstar controversy, you know, when there isn't like a fucking content nuke being dropped or whatever. I couldn't handle that, but I don't know. It takes a different kind of like internet.
And it's so
you know.
wild. I feel like you're still public enemy number one for some people.
Oh yeah, being associated with Keemstar is still public enemy number one. Let's not pretend.
When I started doing the boxing stuff, there were people that were like, "Oh hell no, we're not working with him," and I was like, "Okay, well, I represent all these fighters. Then you don't want these guys."
Yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll rethink about it.
Damn.
It's like, but that's reality. It's like, yes,
If
I
they
have
were
made
Pokemon,
mistakes, and
though.
yes, I've been canceled, and yes, people try to defame me as well. Like, there's a lot of lies and bullshit about me, and a lot of stuff that's just not true. All that stuff exists, but at the same time, like I work like every day doing multiple different things. So it's not like, some people when they get canceled, they don't really have a value. Where I feel like I worked and I've built so much different stuff all over the place that I have a value that
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally understandable for sure. I mean, you're like you've built the brand, you've built the connections, and I think it's a lot of what like people have respected is like there's a realness in a way, right? Like there's like somebody that is not just the like not somebody that is swayed to one side or the other side so easily. Somebody that is like, because you make a lot of statements sometimes that absolutely go up against like what your core audience would believe, but you just say it because you believe you can say it, and that's your objective, like, based reality. And I feel like there's a lot less people that can do that on the internet these days, or less creators who are actually like that at all. I think that everyone is so ingrained into being in their side, or like being in one specific side or the other, that they're unable to think critically for themselves around these situations. I think I see a lot of that with like this stupid like XQC like kick gambling discourse, where people are unable to look at facts objectively and like just throw out like baseless statements. And you know what I mean? Like it's like people have already picked a side. It's just a matter of how they can convince like themselves and other people into like joining their side, even if like it's not, you know, the truth, or it's not like objective reality, I guess, is a roundabout way of putting it.
Do you guys remember the last time I was on this show? I think we were talking about
Aliens.
Amouranth.
And Amouranth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had like this abusive boyfriend or whatever.
Oh, baby, it's coming.
Husband, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I put out this this take which got some shit, so I just pulled it up. I tweeted, clearly the husband is abusive. She showed the text, but Amouranth herself has scammed so many guys online claiming she was single for years. These Twitch streamers don't care about their viewers. They all just use you and your low IQs to fill their pockets. Now, I got canceled for that. That was seen as insensitive.
I think, yeah, it was the timing that you.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah, I believe like it's.
But here's the thing, all right? We are, what, like a year later, almost a year later, and I just put out this tweet recently. I'm saying, because Jake Lucky was trying to expose me for that tweet, and I said, hey, just checking in. We still thinking she's totally changed her content now that her abusive boyfriend is gone? Or are we coming to the conclusion that her content hasn't changed at all? I rest my
Jesus
case.
Christ.
Her content hasn't changed at all, right? It's the same content. She literally uploaded videos with a full sweatshirt on, all right, hiding her body. And there's this clip, you can find it on Twitter, where she's like, I don't have to show my cleavage anymore. I can just wear this.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Listen, in her defense, this is brilliant marketing. Like, do you know how many people were talking about that situation?
In my defense, everyone was saying, oh, she was only doing the hot tub streams because her abusive boyfriend was making her do that. Like, that's what they were saying. And when I was like, no, she's got to take some responsibility for that, people are like, oh my God. Why are you downplaying the abuse that's going on? She's still she's making the same fucking content.
But
Bro,
again,
she just signed a deal over to Kick, and she brought her little hot tub gear over there to set
I
up
don't
to
think
do
she
hot tub
physically
fucking
moved
streams.
much. But the point is, like, so hypothetically, let's say you're right, and it wasn't the abusive boyfriend that was, you know, convincing her to do those streams and stuff. Are you downplaying the fact that there was a potential abusive boyfriend or husband or whoever?
No, I say in the tweet, clearly abuse has happened. She showed the text. Like I said that in the tweet, you know? But I'm also saying that, like, come on, she's got to take some responsibility for her content.
I think it's just like the timing of it.
It was the fact that after the
problem.
abuse came out, the first reaction, it was like, obviously this is hyperbole, but do you remember when there was a school shooting and Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted that, let's put this into perspective. In the last 48 hours, 30 people were killed in school shootings, but 400 people died by the flu, 500 people died in car accidents, 600 people died because of some other random thing. If we look at this and examine this with a factual lens, we can see that people are just reacting emotionally. And he got a lot of shit for that tweet. Do you remember that whole situation?
Did you have that tweet pulled up,
No,
or
I
was
just-
it that ingrained into your head?
No,
just made that up. I'm
I
pretty
do.
sure I got
I
the
do
numbers
remember
wrong.
that incident, and I thought to myself, like, "Wow, what an insensitive bastard." But I don't think I was being insensitive, right? I said, "Look, clearly abuse is happening, but like, come on, she's responsible for her content. Like, she is responsible for some of her content, right?"
Yeah. But
Yeah, no,
I
it's
don't
agreeable,
think the
for
hate
sure.
was even on her content per se. It was, I don't know. People are saying that
No,
he was
no, no,
being
no, no,
abusive
no,
for
no, no,
other
no.
reasons.
They were spinning a narrative, Nux, just so you can follow this. They were spinning a narrative that abusive boyfriend was making her do hot tub streams. Like, all the content was being controlled by abusive boyfriend. That was the narrative, all right? I don't live in La La Land like everyone else, right? I'm just like, no, that's bullshit. Like, she's definitely a part of making that fucking content. And sure enough, a year later, right after she did the whole like I can wear a sweatshirt, she doesn't really wear sweatshirts, does she? She's
I'm
still in the
not
hot tub,
disagreeing
right?
with your take that
it
her
also
content
feels
is
like
what
so
she's doing.
wildly personal here too.
Yeah, obviously, the content that she's making is content that she wants to be making because it's making a ton of money. It was the fact that right after the clip of the abusive boyfriend comes out, it's like the call out that, well, I don't think everything she's saying is completely true. That sounds very insensitive.
I mean, point is, look, at the end of the day, to whittle it back on over, she's over there at Kick, she's over there at a new platform, and I think the bigger story is like, boys, Twitch is finally getting some fucking competition.
Finally.
And they're finally getting fucking buried, dude.
Yeah, but she was acting like she didn't want to be a sex symbol and that she was forced into being a sex symbol.
I mean,
but
like,
she was also in an emotional state.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not disagreeing with you that she lied.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely agree that there is like some manipulation over here. I just think like at the time you were like, it was a little bit insensitive for sure, like going to call her out. But I mean, yes, a year later, yeah, she moved over all the hot tub stuff, and it is what it is. Like, yeah, listen, I'm going to sit here and 100% agree that it's kind of scammy in a way that, like, you don't, like, if you're somebody on the internet, it's cool to hide your personal relationship. Yeah, people do it all the time. But yes, if your content is contingent on the fact that people are donating to you because they think they have a shot with you, because they think that you're single, I think, yes, you do have a responsibility to be 100% honest and tell people that that's not a thing. Otherwise, you breed the worst kind of parasocial people. I do believe that like is that is scammy in a way too, right? Like, I think everyone here can agree on that 100%. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In her situation, like, I think like that situation, the scamminess, like that was like, it was very much overshadowed by the shitty situation that she was in. And now, yeah, she's signed on a deal or whatever, and she's with like a new rival platform, and you know, it is what it is. Is the content going to change? No. Obviously, we know in this market that the hot tub streaming shit, she's like the king of it. She is going to 100% run it to the ground until she can't, because that's pretty much like what I think most people know Amouranth for, okay? Because I'm not watching her for, like, the gameplay or the commentary or anything else. I don't watch her, period, but I'm just saying, like, that's all I know her about, yes. So, you know, it's weird. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not really, like, something that I go into. I don't really think about her that much. I just think about the larger picture as a whole. Like, I'm just glad that now, like, because of her and XQC and, like, a bunch of other people, that there's, like, actual rivals and, like, you know, shit worth talking about in the platforms, you know? For years, we've been getting fucking screwed by YouTube and Twitch, but now it's cool to see YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and Kick, all these other platforms kick up. And finally, now there's, like, now there's more respect tossed towards like the influencer's way, right? In terms of having better deals.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. So, you know, at the end of all of this, it's like the silver lining here is we all kind of win at the end of the day, right? Like influencer boxing does one thing, but like the amount of deals and like us being able to build our own platform, so to speak, because it's fucking hilarious. Rumble, I don't know if Rumble's a creator-built platform. It's like a new company, but there's a lot of creators that have say in it. And of course, Kick is pretty much like owned by creators anyways, right? Like fucking Train is like what I think a fucking co-creator. It's cool to see these guys come up, and now we all get like the respect we deserve because, you know, for the longest fucking time, we were sitting in the shadows of like pretty much every massive like mainstream media company anyways, right? Like people used to laugh at us, but now it's kind of fucking wild to see XQC, you know, regardless of what that deal was, still looks bigger than like fucking LeBron James or somebody, you know, in that camp. It's fucking wild to see it.
Incredible.
Because before that, we had what, Ninja, who was like $20-30 million or some shit like that from fucking Mixer.
Yeah.
It's
so,
insane.
Like, the thing with the Ninja Mixer thing, it also didn't help that Mixer was a dead platform.
No, it didn't help. The thing about streaming is like streaming is so much a personality focused thing where it's like people come and watch you, like tens of thousands of people for like somebody's personality. That much is true, right? Like, and when you zap away every fucking massive personality one platform from the other, like that fast, it's going to be like huge. Taking away Ninja and Shroud from Twitch didn't matter all that much because they only took away 2 out of like fucking 30 people. But the moment you start taking away the fucking largest dude on the platform and then everybody else, that's fucking scary. It's like, imagine if, like, you know, tomorrow they took away PewDiePie, not PewDiePie anymore, but they took away, like, Mr. Beast, and they took away some, like, imagine if Mr. Beast, like, exclusively uploaded to, like, Rumble, right? And it's not just him, it's like it's like the top 10 YouTubers. That would be fucking scary for YouTube, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, but I think in a way it's even scarier because Kick is a personality, right? Kick doesn't market itself as just, you know, Twitch 2, which is what Mixer kind of did. Mixer really wanted to say that we're just another Twitch. There's no reason to go to Mixer if Twitch exists, whereas Kick is actively marketing itself as a creator-first platform where it is giving a more competitive cut. It's giving a more competitive look on the scene, and it's memeing on Twitter. Like the platform. Yeah, Keem?
I say mark my words here. Mixer will be back. Will it be the same name, Mixer? I don't know, but absolutely 1,000%, Microsoft will be back with a streaming platform, but it'll be in the form of a metaverse or like VR. Like, you know, that is going to be the future of streaming. Whoever builds that, like, put on your headset and then jump to this stream, jump to that stream, that's where the future is going. But I find
have you ever loaded up metaverse shit? Have you ever, like, jumped into the metaverse with a headset?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Not now. It's not there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Isn't there like 4 people online right now?
There's like less than 4. Like
it's not there, but I'll tell you this: the kids, like, that's what they do all day. I don't know what metaverse they go into, just chatting, or I don't know what it's. VR chat. They live.
That is not the metaverse.
Little kids live in that VR chat thing.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, but that stuff is also used on your computer. It's not like I would wait for like a very small minority of people actually have headsets on during that shit. Most of it is just like kids or like the other like pedophiles that are on hunting for kids on VR chat.
VR chat's fucking weird.
VR chat's really fucking weird, dude. Like, if you let your kids go on VR chat, you should be fucking like you need to as a parent step in. I've seen the weirdest shit on that platform, dude.
Well,
I know some people who are on VR chat who throw VR chat parties, and it's really weird.
Same here.
Yeah, dude.
It's really weird.
Yeah, they're a weird bunch of people
like,
on that
Keem,
fucking
you know
platform.
how insufferable I am? It's like a whole community of people just as insufferable.
yeah, you're weird how you don't
look just like
you're
him.
so weird how you don't show your face. Like,
Yeah, but why would I want to, though? I could live in privacy.
Yeah, come on, see.
what's the point?
Why would I want to show my face?
Why not?
I love this discussion.
Why yes?
Let it brew.
Like, tell me why it's beneficial. I'll tell you why it's not.
Well, I just think you're a coward. Like, you can hide behind your opinions, but not like represent who you actually are. You're
I have
like
no
playing
opinions.
a character online.
I am playing a character, just like every other YouTuber, to some extent.
No, I just think it's cowardly.
Speak for yourself, Chumley.
Now you joined the conversation, Caleb. Where were you the rest of the time? You're in your own world.
I was zoned out.
Do you guys find this evolution to be strange with online entertainment? Because, like, I started in 2009. Been doing this for fucking ever. In the early days, nobody got any credit whatsoever. Like, no one gave a fuck about YouTubers, right? I mean, yes, we pulled some views, but we weren't even getting paid, especially on the gaming side, for many, many years. At that time, like, mainstream musical artists, movie stars, reality television stars, like, those were the people. Then I'd say about 2016, 2015, 2016, then YouTubers became YouTubers. It was like they were the fucking stars of the internet.
Yeah, when you had the Jake Paulers and everyone, like
2018, 2019, then like 19, and then like moving into pandemic, all of a sudden streamers took over, podcasters took over. Now they're the superstars. Like in 2017, if you went to fucking Hollywood and you were hanging out at these parties with all these like wannabe motherfuckers that all live there, right? They all want to be popular YouTubers. Now, today, 2023, they're all streamers. Every single one of them is a streamer. They're not YouTubers anymore. They're fucking streamers. Whether they stream on YouTube, stream on Twitch, Kick, whatever, right? It's just strange how that's changing, and the big money deals are going to streamers. It's like But if you like Mr. Beast uploads a YouTube video, he gets way more fucking views than like he's a bad example because he's at the very fucking pinnacle top of YouTube. But like the average successful main guy YouTuber right now is pulling way more views than a fucking streamer, but they're not getting $100 million deals. Like it doesn't really make sense. Why is the money going to streamers? Why does everyone want to be a streamer?
Because I feel like for them it's like the longest amount of hours that people watch. Remember, to understand like streaming culture, we're not into it because we do a bunch of other shit on the side, but like a kid will just like open up a tablet and put on their streamer and like watch that shit for hours on end. I've had my aunt's kids do that shit. They're playing like Warzone or whatever, and like on the side it's like I used to just have YouTube videos. And it's interesting because when I was younger, I mean, younger than I am now, but like when I was playing video games and shit, I would just have like, you know, people on the side, like commentary videos that would just be running on my second monitor or something. It wasn't live, but now kids they just have like their live streamer on, like they'll watch, you know, XQC, Hassan, Moist Critical, whatever, just have them running 100% of the time. And it's, in a way, it's wilder because they're getting all of their shit in real time. So that's the extra benefit of it, right? They don't have to wait for an event to happen and then 6 hours later, like a channel uploads a video. No, they're as long as something happens, they're getting like a live view into it, you know, from like a personality that they are parasocially.
I get that. I just don't see how that's more valuable because, like, let's say during a popular stream with I don't know. Let's say 20,000 concurrent viewers, right? Maybe like 250,000 people will roll through that person's stream while they're live, right?
Yeah.
On YouTube, some like fucking Charlie gets like 2.4 million views a video. It's like more people
Charlie.
are seeing a critical video than a popular streamer.
True.
Right.
But I think that more often than not, when it comes to kids wanting to, you know, have a dream job, they want to be the thing that they're looking up to, right? So it used to be, you know, actors, whatever, and it's become YouTubers because they see that personality there and they feel like, oh, I could just do that. I think it's the personality that really draws people, and your personality is going to bleed more into streaming than it does into YouTube, just by the fact that it's completely raw you. It's raw, unadulterated you. And I feel like they're like, oh, hey, that could be me, that personality that everyone loves and attaches to. No editing required, no behind-the-scenes brunt work. Because, again, a lot of people feel like there's no brain work that goes into streaming. You just flick the stream on, you play video games.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen some people where, yeah, there is no fucking brain work that goes into it. Let's not,
How's The Dark Knight? I just recently rewatched a bit of The Dark Knight.
Dude.
One thing that's interesting is the value of viewers, individual viewers, like in terms of how much money advertisers make or the platform makes from each individual view. I would like to have that like extrapolated. What the ratio is it like 10 YouTube views are worth the same as one Twitch view? Because of how, like, if there's 20,000 people watching, probably 50% of those people are subscribed, like with money, right?
No.
Whereas with YouTube, it's like if you have like 20 million or 2 million views, maybe 1,000 will buy a shirt or click on an ad. You know, it's like really, it's probably extremely different. I just assume.
Also, you could talk to this person. You know, this person could read your name in the chat. You know?
Yeah.
It's much more personal.
I mean,
common.
that's a great point that you're
Or
making.
not.
So with me setting up boxing matches, you know, people from all over, like TikTokers, you know, streamers, YouTubers will hit you up, and it's like that. Those numbers are not the same. They're never going to be equal. It's just like what you guys are saying. Like a TikTok, someone with like 1 million TikTok followers is basically a nobody. That is a complete nobody. If I tweet that dude's name out, no one will know who the fuck I'm talking about. YouTuber, way different. Those are real fans. But Twitch, I guess you're right. Those are like, that's like real fans.
It's a valuable view.
It's like they feel like
they're
it's
there
a
live,
friend,
dude.
You know, it's like it's their buddy.
It's active.
Yeah.
It's not like passive. YouTube is like autoplay, or you're trying
There's
to
like
learn
that.
something.
There's
or
like
you just...
that rush when you answer somebody's like fucking question in like a fucking stream. They're like, that's what gets them hooked onto your shit even more. You know, that makes them a lifelong fucking viewer.
YouTube is like watching Ancient Aliens, and Twitch is like watching the Super Bowl or like a live sporting event.
Dude, YouTube
I love Ancient Aliens.
sucks now. Bro, YouTube is so bad. Like, I'm not, like, this has nothing to do with, like, me doing stuff for Rumble or any of this shit, but, like, YouTube is bad. I go to that motherfucker, and I am recommended these goddamn, like, Ancient Aliens and stuff that I'm interested in, and I'll click it and watch it. I sub to no one. There's never a person I see on YouTube anymore where I'm like, bro, I've become a fan. I can't wait to see more of your videos.
Yeah, you're a fucking fan of the History Channel watching Ancient Aliens.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I never watch a YouTube video anymore where I become a fan of that person.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not the same.
Oh, there's no way you ate that fly. Jesus Christ. God damn it.
Well,
okay, no, but actually,
Smosh
I'm
is
glad
back,
you mentioned
so
Aliens.
that's pretty
No,
cool.
I'm so glad.
I love Ancient Aliens, dude.
I'm so glad he mentioned Aliens. Smosh is a good point. I'm so glad they ended up buying it back from their homie friends. But, like, dude, Aliens. So lately, listen, Keem, last 2 weeks, let's not pretend alien information has been through the fucking roof.
Ooh.
We've got whistleblowers.
I have a story, bro.
Okay, come on.
I have a story.
Come on.
So I have a company, and the COO of my company is a very rational man who is an engineer, and I've known him since I was an infant, and he's very skeptical of everything. The other night, he was walking his dog, and he lives down the street from me. He was walking his dog, and he looked up, and he said he saw a comet that was like, or like something that looked like a comet, and it was like doing one of these things, and then it went like that. It just like stopped and then like flew off in a different direction, and it was high up enough to where it looked almost like an airplane, like it was that size. But like obviously a comet can't move like that, and any aircraft that are fixed wing aircraft can't move like that. And so he saw that. He said he stayed up like hours that night just thinking about it because it like he's a seeing is believing type guy. And then the next day at work, that's all he could fucking talk about was that. He's like, my phone's not working today either. My phone's not working. I think something's up. He like went full on fucking schizoparanoid in one day.
There is some reality to that. There is some.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready for him.
Here's the thing with UFO events and like crop circles and stuff like that, electronics will stop working. And I experienced this, 2005 maybe. So on the way to work, I noticed this wheat field is like all patted down. Like I could not see the design, but it was crop circles, right? I couldn't see the design from ground level, but something was going on. So I'm telling the people at work, right? There's crop circles in this field. They're like, oh, let's go check it out. We go there and it's matted down in like circles and some formation. Again, I have no idea what the fucking formation is, but my phone wouldn't work inside this goddamn crop circle. My fucking watch, I had a watch at the time, stopped dead. And so I grabbed the wheat to see like what was going on, if it was trampled and stepped on. It wasn't. At the joint of the wheat, it was swollen up and bent over. Like something heated this fucking thing up and like melted the shit over. It's creepy, man.
Dude, like I believe 100% with like fucking alien aircraft visiting us 100%. I mean, like I'm not at the point where I watch an episode of Ancient Aliens and I can start believing that shit because it's the History Channel.
Well, what about the Las Vegas thing? You believe that? I do.
I'm all in on all of it. Anything. Charity to the gods, I'm in.
Dude, the Las Vegas thing is kind of wild. I want to see video proof of it, but I do kind of believe it to an extent.
What about the surveillance tower that they put on the house?
I mean, like that. Like, hey, listen.
Should we tell a story for anyone listening that doesn't know?
Okay, so the Las Vegas story.
Last episode, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we could fill it up real quick. Basically, a meteor hit like into Vegas again, near this family's house, and they had apparently reported that there were like 10-foot aliens who came out of this craft, walking around. Las Vegas PD responded to it,
and they didn't take any pictures of them.
They didn't take any pictures. They didn't take like proper video of it, which again I fucking always hate when this shit happens. Las Vegas PD pulled up. They even saw the comet in their body cam footage. They were like, "Bro, if you see a 10-foot alien, fucking blow their head off. We don't give a shit." as they should. They put a surveillance spike outside their house, which obviously, they wanted to put out just to see if like anything shady was going to happen. Obviously, in the next few days, nothing has really come out of it. But I haven't seen video proof out of it, but I don't doubt that there's some alien shenanigans in like Nevada.
There's a video of the alien, the 10-foot, 8-foot alien hiding behind an excavator, right?
I saw
and
that.
You can't see anything. Like you just can't. Like I've tried so hard to like try to see what they're seeing. You can't see anything in the fucking footage, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's like a thumbnail of it that shows a circle around this little thing in the glass of the excavator, and it's a rear view mirror. It's just like the other excavator has the exact same thing in the exact same spot, but they like photoshopped it out in the thumbnail, and then in the video you can see it.
Yeah, which I think is so fucking like as an alien like. And like as an alien lover, like I really do want to see this fucking shit come out. I hate it when people like Photoshop any evidence or like hide it. Dude, that's the thing. It hurts the cost so much. Like my entire family thinks that I'm schizophrenic to an extent because I believe in aliens. No, it's a reality. Like my dad thinks I'm probably schizo. My mom thinks I'm schizo. My brother thinks I'm schizo. Everyone thinks I'm schizophrenic. I believe in aliens. I don't think it's a fucking weird.
Me too.
I don't even think.
I'm ready, dude.
To me, it's like a weird belief. It's like I'm not trying to tell you the Loch Ness monster exists. Okay, like it might. We haven't even seen much of the oceans, anyways. Who knows,
dude? I'm 60% sure I might have got probed the other night.
I mean, like, do you really?
Is that a joke?
With us or what,
dude? I don't like. You guys ever have dreams where you don't know if they're real or not?
Like really realistic dreams, really like
a dream where. So one, I was playing games, right? You guys can see my windows right here. This is my backyard. When it's dark, it's like 2 acres. When it's dark, you can't see out because it's fucking dark out. And I have light in my room. And I was talking to my roommate Duncan, who's on the other side of the house, who I can't hear. Like I'm talking on Discord. And he's like, "Did you hear that knock?" And I heard him say that to his buddy that was in the room. And I was like, what the fuck? Because if you look out this window, I can see where his windows are. So I could see what knocked on his window. And I was like, uh-oh. And then, so I walked over there. I turned the lights on. I looked outside, and there was nothing out there. And then he said he heard someone go like, knock, knock, knock on the window. And I was just, whatever, okay. But it immediately got me a little bit scared, okay? Because I'm an adult man, right? And I got firearms all around me. I'm just anxious to start using them. So, like, I go to bed, and I hear the exact same thing, like, while I'm almost falling asleep. I've heard stuff before when I'm falling asleep. I just chalk it up to
he
not
just
being
chalks
real.
it up to demons.
Yeah, demons or, some kind of presence.
schizophrenia.
But I woke up, and there was just, like, blue light coming in my windows, and I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't, like, get up. Like I was really tired. And then I fell back to sleep and woke back up again, and it was that same thing again. So I don't know if I was waking up and falling asleep actually, or if it was all part of the dream. And then I started to dream about aliens, and I could recognize that it was a dream. It was not real. But the other pieces seemed detached from that specific dream, because I dream about aliens all the time. And it just felt super real, and I felt... when I woke up, I felt like something bad happened. It was just really strange. I don't know. It's hard.
Somehow he got AIDS, and he doesn't understand how.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I had something like that when I was like really young. So I grew up on a dairy farm, and our house was like not next to the farm, but like a little bit away. I want to say like 2 acres away. And so there's like a path through the field to walk from my house to the farm. So I'm in the process of walking from my house to the farm. And all of a sudden there is a lollipop laying on the ground, like one of those big suckers with the multicolors. Pick it up. I'm like, sweet, go take a bite. All of a sudden inverted colors, right? Like the trees are pink and flashing blue. And then
You're tripping.
And
yeah, it wasn't just a lollipop.
I'm poisoned.
That shit was
I'm
laced.
poisoned. It was laced, right? I'm down on the ground. I can't really move. I'm like paralyzed. And then I see the fucking craft in the door open, and then I wake up. And so it easily could have been a fucking dream, or I was abducted,
My big question is, why would you take a bite out of a lollipop?
He's a kid.
I was
but
a
you
kid.
don't take bites out of lollipops. You suck them.
Well,
I do.
I
No,
like
you
took
don't,
a lick
Caleb.
or whatever.
I do. Yeah, I eat them.
Okay, but you're homeschooled, so.
I just ate a fly, bro.
But this is a dream that I had when I was like,
Right.
if I had to guess, like 6, 7. You know what I mean? I was
Dream.
young when I had this
I
dream.
think it happened.
I mean, like, listen, I've never had a dream like that personally, where like I felt like I had an alien like encounter, so to speak. But I've seen shit in the sky that is like unexplainable, you know? Like I've seen lights in the sky that sometimes, like when it's late at night over here, and like trust me, like I've checked my flight paths in my area, right? Sometimes I see lights next to stars that shine a little bit more bright, and I'm like, maybe I have to check my eyes. Maybe I'm too fucking tired. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think there's like, to think that there aren't visitors outside, you know, the fucking globe is insane. Okay, it's very fucking ignorant, you know. So
I have since that happened, I've been every night for just like 20 or 30 minutes. I have 2 sets of NVGs, and I just go out there and I look up, because you can really see everything, because that's how they're analog. They pull light from the stars, so you can see comets all the time. Like there's a comet or some kind of shooting star once a minute at least. Just because everything is illuminated so much. But I haven't seen anything cool, unfortunately.
Wait, what are they?
Night vision goggles?
goggles.
Oh, sweet.
NVGs? Yeah.
Like the good ones, not the fake fucking Wish.com Temu ones and shit.
Yeah, they're analog, so they use starlight to illuminate the sensor.
So, have you guys talked about the guy from the government that's come out? And I wish I had
David
more
Grush?
details,
Yeah.
but
The Navy Task Force guy?
Yep.
What's his name?
David Grush?
Yeah, Gresh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's like
something
an Air
like that.
Force USAF guy.
Basically, this guy, very high in the military, was told by even higher up than him that, look, we have multiple aircraft from out of this world, pilots from out of this world. All this stuff is here, and we've had it for quite some time, since the 60s or 50s or something. Now he's a whistleblower, but he doesn't have there's no evidence or proof or paperwork or anything. He just testified to Congress.
This is why I love when I talk aliens with Keem, because he'll question the evidence, which is something 99% of people who look at this shit don't. I've done the same thing. Trust me, this guy comes out with information. He went to Congress, and there is no publicized photo or anything. In fact, the only what was it, the DOJ or whatever it was, they came out and said, listen, we'll let you give answers to certain questions, but we're not going to let you leak out any information or photographs, any actual evidence, which is just wild to me. It's how do you believe that at face value? Because to me, you got to see something. You got to see actual evidence, right?
And here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff in this guy's.
But maybe I'm the crazy one that I don't believe in the aliens visiting so often thing.
Oh, I do.
You're about as real as the aliens.
There's a multiple stuff going in this guy's favor, though. All right, there's been multiple credible people backing this guy up, saying this is a serious guy. This guy is not bullshitting, right? But then also, he's testifying to Congress, which means if he's caught lying, that's he's going to jail. Mm-hmm. If it's confirmed that this guy is lying and making this shit up, he's going to jail. It's perjury.
Have you guys seen there was CIA when all the alien stuff was leaked 2 years ago or whatever during COVID? There was a story that was leaked from American intelligence gathered it from Russian intelligence. There was the hypothesis is the reasoning behind this story that they found is that it was just misinformation, basically to confuse, just to feed the Americans improper information. The story that the Russians were communicating was that a few soldiers had been evaporated or vaporized, and their shadows were cast onto rocks and trees and stuff. And the ship came down, this bright light came down. They turned around to look at it, and then they were vaporized. And that's an actual official
Manhattan Project.
No, this
was for nuclear weapons.
Yeah, that was nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
This was just a Russian story that was told, that was communicated over radio traffic, and then we found it. We gathered that intel, and then it was reported in a CIA document that was redacted in 2020 of Russians being vaporized from a UFO.
And it's not true.
They don't know. They think it was just like misinformation. So, but it's insane that that's like an official thing that like Russian officials were communicating to each other, and then we intercepted that, created an actual CIA document, and put the story on it, and then redacted it in 2020.
I don't know if I told this story, but around that time during COVID, there was a defense general, or like one of the head guys over in Israel. He was doing this interview, and he basically said that the U.S. government is working with aliens, multiple different races of aliens. Trump knows all about it, and it's called the Galactic Federation.
Right.
And we're a part, the human race, like the government, the U.S. government, and the Israelis and a bunch of other different countries that we're friends with. We have a deal, an alliance with these other alien races, and we're keeping it secret to the public because we don't want to scare them,
awesome.
right? This is a very credible person that said this in an interview.
You know that because he's Israeli.
Yeah. So I instantly started searching Galactic Federation in the CIA's website because they have a lot of documents that were released.
Good, declassified and everything.
In 1984, the government had remote viewers. And for anyone that doesn't know what remote viewing is, like the Soviets and the United States had a bunch of these people that would sit there and meditate, and they would try to subconsciously like spy on the other one, right? Just by meditation. And it's been proven that like humans can do this to a certain degree. If you get like a 60% right approval, then you're considered like a pro. There's this whole document where they were remote viewing the headquarters of the Galactic Federation. This is a real fucking thing, right? I'm looking at the document. I download the goddamn document off the CIA.gov. All right, I have it. It was roughly about 2 weeks later, they completely removed it off the website. Like it's gone forever. And I still have this fucking document.
I think I just found the document that you were talking about.
Google search.
Why you gotta destroy that whole
I think I did.
build-up?
I think I just found it. Hold on. I think I just found
See,
it. Hold
former
on.
Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it.
Yep.
Is this what you're talking about, Keem?
Bruh.
This is from like the CIA.gov right here.
Yes. Is it on there
This one?
still?
Yeah, CIA.gov. Reading
was
room doc
removed.
CIA RDP 96.
It was removed for a certain period of time. They just put it back up there.
Yeah. I entered CIA Galactic Federation remote viewing. It's literally, from 1988. What the f? Oh, wait, that's before the internet was even around. What?
Do you see the
Wait.
pictures?
Dude.
Yeah.
Of
Look
the
at
headquarters?
The fucking pictures. It's
I'm
insane.
gonna run away. I'm just gonna stop posting one day, and you guys aren't gonna know why. It's just because I'm gonna fall victim to this idea that aliens are real.
Now,
Dude, look at this shit.
from
Oh my God,
I want to
large
say from
vaulted room.
2022 until I don't know. This was or actually no, way back. When did
2020.
this first story come out? 2021 or 2020?
2020.
Okay, 2020. About a month after this, 2 weeks after this document that we're looking at right now was removed off of the CIA website. I don't know
Dude,
when it
this is
came back
so
on.
Imagine reading a CIA document where, like, this is legit CIA. I'm not even f***ing with anybody here. Area of illumination, robed figures. What the
Dude, it's the Jews.
Dude, I feel like I'm about to get shot. Might be. God damn it. Oh my Galactic. Look at that actual site. Galactic Federation headquarters. RV approved for release 2000. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. They removed this fucking... You could not get this over the last 2 years.
That's insane. Dude, it's like I almost
Hold
can't
up,
believe.
hold up.
I feel like I'm what?
These
What
are
happened?
not the same... These are not even the same fucking things that I have.
What do you have?
I have different ones. These are different pictures. So
Different
it looks like
aliens,
they've done multiple
Edits?
sessions of remote viewing on the headquarters of the Galactic Federation.
Leak the docs, bro. Leak the docs. Drop them, Keem.
Yeah, I got to get mine. Maybe mine are still not available. 1 minute. Shit.
That's crazy. Like what the?
I'm going to have to do it after this because I gotta figure out how to find them because I know I've DM'd them on Twitter to certain people.
Dude, this is just, yeah, I feel like I'm going to get shot in the head if I look up CIA remote viewing technology. What the
Well, they released
this
it.
is-
You know, Freedom of Information Act, right? Someone filed that and they released that public. I mean, it's publicly available.
Yeah, but bro, it's the CIA. If they don't want you seeing something, you're not seeing it.
Well, but we are right off their website. We are.
yeah.
You might not want
this
to.
is I
Just
feel, I
make the
feel
info
like
public, and if you just,
I,
it's
honest
just like a
to God,
litmus
I feel,
test for how dumb
you know
you
what's
are.
so fucked up? You know,
They just
know
make
what's
it,
so-
you know.
you know what's so fucked up? I went to CIA Gov as you were talking about that, Keem, and I looked up Galactic Federation, could not find that PDF. I went to Google and found that hidden like off like a different site. So maybe Google has it, and the CIA Gov like has been hiding out off their website because I have never ever seen the CIA fucking like remote viewing shit. I thought you were fucking with me for a good minute until I saw
You've
the
never
URL.
seen the
I'm
removed
like,
viewing stuff?
I've never seen the remote
I didn't
viewing
know
shit
it was
like
the
that.
CIA.
The men
I
who
knew this
stare
was
at
a-
goats?
No.
Interesting.
Is that taking
It's-
inspiration from this?
It's like I think that's about remote viewing or something along those lines, like
Yeah.
MK Ultra stuff. It's got Ewan McGregor in it, and I
They
think
train psychics.
yeah, the CIA trains psychics, and then they kill goats with their brains.
Well, I know that we used to train psychics back in the day, but that was part of like a bunch of different fucking experiments we used
Yeah,
to
MK
do.
Ultra and
Jesus
remote
Christ.
viewing.
Yeah, that's
But remote viewing's a real thing. You can do it. You can actually do this. Everybody can do it.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I've tried to do it, yeah, and I've been
Well, how do you-
successful,
how do you
and I've been
do it?
wrong. I've been wrong.
How do you do it? Like, what is the process of it?
So like,
Meditation.
I would have like my girlfriend, like write something on a piece of paper, and then I would like try to think of like what she drew or what she wrote out or whatever, and we should just try it right now.
Sure.
we
okay,
should try
fuck
it right now. Okay.
Who's got a pen and paper on them?
No, I don't even need that. I have something underneath my hand right now on this desk, and it's small enough to fit under one hand. You can see it right here, right? And I want you all to like just close your eyes and like really just wait for the image to come to you. What is under my hand?
Okay, sure.
Is it a
All right.
coin?
You don't make sure it's black. You have to see black, and then it's got to come. Like that's how it works.
I'm coming. Yep, I think it's a coin.
What do you got?
Is it a key fob? Car key fob?
An orange bottle cap.
No, you're all wrong. You're all wrong.
God damn it! I'm
What
not
is
psychic yet. Shoot.
Did you guys want to try again?
Yeah, I mean, sure. We'll
Okay,
I'll give it a
try
chance,
one more
sure.
time because like you really can do this. Just try to get in the zone. I know it's your first time, so it's gonna be really hard, but it's got to come to you though.
He's fucking trolling it.
Nothing.
USB key.
Nothing.
All I see is darkness.
Okay.
Is it a USB key? I'm looking at shapes in my fucking like black.
See, I think
like,
you guys are
eyeballs.
using. I think you guys are using your brains. You're not supposed to use your brains. It's supposed to come to you.
But see, here's the thing. You say it's something that can fit under my hand. So immediately, like, it's something. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna think
I
of a
fucked
fucking,
up by giving too much descriptive shit. Maybe I've poisoned the
Yeah,
well.
what was
Nux, do
under
you have
your
anything?
hand?
Yeah,
wait.
I'm lost.
It's a ring.
Damn.
Okay.
I knew I was seeing something circular. I thought it was a coin.
I said foreskin. That's close.
I have another item over here.
All right, Keemstar, it's your turn. Your
Okay.
turn. What
Oh.
is my eye color
Oh, okay.
In real life,
in real life?
blue.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
hazel.
I'm seeing green.
Caleb is a psychic. I have blue eyes. What can I say?
Isn't it? Well, never mind. Actually, that's too much information. I used my psychic powers to figure that out.
Dude, but see, that's the thing. It's like the remote viewing shit. You know, maybe like the thing about this kind of science is like it needs to be like more like I guess scientifically assessed, if you will, and before like because right now it's still like a parascience. So that's just where we're kind of at with this kind
So
of
just
shit.
to give you an idea, some of our U.S. remote viewers back in the 80s and shit, they were able to say exactly what was at a certain location, like how many like weapons were there. The Russians at one point were building a submarine in this like warehouse, and they were tasked with like try to figure out what they're building in there and what they're doing in there. And he came out, he's like, they're building some type of submarine. And as crazy as that sounded at the time, come to find out that's what it was. So people have been successful.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of a submarine, I'm so glad he brought this up.
That was the segue.
Have you heard about the submarine shit? I know you have.
I have. I'm all over it. And, do you guys know about the stepson? If not, I got a lot of stuff on the stepson.
Oh, no, I don't know anything about the stepson. I know the stepson was the son of... Okay.
You guys do the first part. I'll do the stepson.
All right. Okay. All right, so for anybody that's wondering right now, by the time we release this podcast, these people could either be rescued or they could be very dead. Okay, that's unfortunately the situation we're looking
most likely
at.
Dead.
Yeah, so what's happening over here is like there's a private company known as Oceanside Travels, and they basically allow you to pay them $250,000 to have expeditions to the Titanic.
They are facing the lawsuit of a lifetime.
Oh, the CEO is dead as well. He's on board as we speak.
No way. Is he?
Oh yeah. There are 5 people that are allowed to go on this. Okay, so it's $1 million at least this run. Now, for $1 million, there's no safety protocols whatsoever, no emergency systems, no nothing to bring up the location. The fucking craft is like covered with carbon fiber, which people have heard banging lately, and there's been speculation that the banging is actually the craft imploding in on itself. It's piloted with a $44 Logitech G710 controller.
There's no
good
way.
Controller,
wireless, good controller. It shouldn't bring wireless technology that deep, but hey, we all make mistakes, right? Currently, it's underwater, and there are search and rescue teams from the U.S. and Canada. I just checked it. The U.S. Coast Guard is really fucking hopeful that they'll find something. Canadians have not said fucking shit yet, okay? We're not throwing our hat into the ring of hope. But there's 5 people on board. One of them is a CEO. There's at least, I think, 2 billionaires, and one of them is the billionaire's kid. And I don't know who the other person is. I think they're just like another diver. But yeah, it's a bad situation.
Yeah, guys, it costs $250,000 to take this tour per ticket. To take a tour down to see the Titanic in a submarine.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know, but I got to tell you about this goddamn stepson because this is where it gets crazy, right? So, Hamish Harding is one of the billionaires that's on board, and he made his billions running a private jet company, and right away when the roster of the people on the submarine came out. People found out that he was on this thing, right? And you had people on Twitter basically saying, this one woman says, Hamish Harding is one of the dipshit billionaires on this stupid submarine. He's rich from running a private jet company. He's literally cooking the planet alive. And we're meant to feel bad that his stupid head ass has been squashed. Squashed by the pressure of the ocean? Nah, man. Rip bozo. Not gone soon enough. This is
Dude, I love how people on Twitter have become so empathetic about different people. Like, it's just...
Dude, I love it. 10 years ago, if somebody's dying, we're like, oh man, I hope they come out. Thoughts and prayers. Now it's like, an environmental dipshit. I hope that motherfucker. God damn.
The Rip Bozo shit when someone's actually dying blows my mind. Like when the Queen died and people were like, Rip Bozo. I'm like, what the you're not a human anymore. What the are you saying?
Dude, I saw a video on Twitter the other day of Ukrainian forces, special ops raiding a Russian bunker. And it was literally like the Ukrainians were fucking killing the Ruskies hard. These guys would run up in the trenches, 2 shots to the head, dead. It was actual death footage.
Oh my God.
Trust me, the comment section was just Rip Bozo Russia, it was fucked up.
Yeah.
But I watched the video and I shouldn't have read the comments because I'm like, man, I have a totally different reaction than these people.
Well,
I'm like, I just saw a dude die. What the.
Well, you know how that woman was being very empathetic, right, to that billionaire?
Oh, very.
Well, that same billionaire has a stepson. And while he's been missing, and this has been international news, He decided to go to a Blink 182 concert. Okay.
What?
And people said, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? And he's like, well, you know, this is a hard time for my family, but Blink 182 makes me cope with it, right? So, okay. He kind of got a pass for that, right?
Oh.
However, people found his Twitter account. And just yesterday, there's an OnlyFans girl who posts a picture of her butt saying, "Can I sit on you?" The stepson responds, "Yes, please." And then he quote tweets, "Yes, please." And then underneath that, he says, 2 seconds. I have it right here. Can you please pray for my family?
Listen, it's
God.
a coping mechanism. Listen, you wouldn't understand.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
That really f***ed with me on a fucking ethical level. What the fuck?
What happened?
You're gonna have to. Okay, you repeat this whole. I want to see if Caleb's reaction is the
Oh,
same.
Caleb, you missed it. Oh, you
man.
missed it. You missed it. You missed it.
Okay.
All right. So there's a billionaire on this submarine, right?
Okay.
And he owned a private jet company. So you had some people saying, like, I don't feel sorry for him. You know, his private jet company's hurting the fucking planet. Rip bozo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So people are being
Rip
empathetic and we were like
bozo.
fucking mocking them. But then I said, but this guy's stepson is worse. Okay. This guy's stepson got caught going to a Blink 182 concert while his fucking stepdad is missing in this fucking submarine. And he said, oh, that's just how I cope with it. Well, now people found his fucking Twitter. And just last night, there's this OnlyFans girl who's tweeting out, "Can I sit on you?" He responds, "Yes, please," in a quote tweet. And then underneath it says, "Can you please pray for my family at this time?"
That's like a tipster moment, dude.
What the?
Love it.
He's got his priorities straight. I tell
His
you what.
billionaire fucking stepfather is stuck in this goddamn submarine and is probably gonna probably did not make it. Most
Yeah,
likely.
if we can bet on the Special Olympics, we can bet on this shit. And I'm thinking they're all dead.
Yeah.
Are you betting it down? We putting money on this? Damn. I mean, Jesus. Look. I just. This just shows me how like fucked up the world has gotten. You know, in a very short period of time. Like, how is it that like your family member is currently in national headlines in a fucking soon-to-be tragedy? Okay, like most likely, and you're sitting over there like under your OnlyFans like tweet like, yeah, thoughts and prayers to my family. It's almost. It's like when you have like a good tweet and then like the person has to ruin it underneath when it's like, all right, here's like a massage vibrator, some you can buy on Amazon. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's like for all of human race, for the entirety of the human race, individual people have always been shitty. But like there was a time where people were polite, like pretended, put on an act, like showed courteous, like went to church, like had morals and tried to behave and be good. Now it's like there's no shame in anything. Like anything that would be considered shameful in the past is now like not shameful. And motherfuckers are just like, I feel like telling this bitch to sit on my face, so I'm going to do it. You know?
I mean, like, why would
Same.
you have any shame nowadays?
Just kidding.
Shit, dude. No, we live in a weird clown world. Let's not even pretend against that. But
Yeah, and I
Jesus
feel like
Christ,
it's
man.
weird because the internet likes preaching this, love and acceptance and wholesomeness. I feel like that's the major message that it keeps trying to promote, and I feel like it's more toxic than ever.
Agreed. Yeah, and
Like every time someone says something negative, they get blasted for being, even remotely not nice. But I feel like the internet is so cruel today. Just everyone.
It is. Twitter's horrible.
Twitter, the algorithm has gotten so worse for like if you cared about your like, there's not a day that goes by where I don't see somebody die. Like that fucking like story that I told you about the Ukrainian Russian soldiers. It's like an everyday occurrence. Like you wake up, you open up your feed, and it's like, death footage, cool.
It was so frustrating to me because I started tweeting out like, hey, my For You on Twitter is nothing but like people dying and like fights and like some really gruesome, horrible shit. And immediately people were attacking me, being like, that's because that's what you're into. That's why. Like, it's because they make the algorithm for you. And, bro, all of a sudden, within like a week later, I see everyone else complaining that that's their For You page, too. And it's like, wait a minute. Like, what the Like, I hate these scenarios where I'm right. But, you know, it's
I
only
also hate it when you're
like,
right, Keem. That makes two of us.
I think the way with like Elon running this fucking platform is just you know, it's kind of weird. Like it's not as like it's not the paradise that I guess some were hoping to get. Everyone's just fucking kind of sad about it.
They did start banning those accounts though, and like there's less violence on your For You than there was. Like this is a
I guess until people realize like how shitty it has to be like fucking massive attention gaining news I guess to them.
This just happened, by the way, like a couple days ago. They just took action.
You just tweeted like today or yesterday, Elon, that he's considering the word cis a slur, like cisgender.
Jesus Christ,
Did you see that?
dude.
That would be
I
funny.
saw that shit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like fun shit to get banned, I ended up making like Indonesian national news, which was fun.
Let's go.
Not Indonesian, Filipino national news.
Yeah, I know the tweet. I know the tweet, and I read the tweet, but I don't know the story. You got to fill us in on the story.
Okay, so the guy that I was looking at, this pastor, Apollo Quiboloy or whatever, he's one of the like big names in the Philippines. Like, yeah, he's high up politically. The guy has like the biggest mega church in the world, like ever. Like this fucking mega dome. Like we're talking like Super Bowl stadium size of like just this mega church. So basically, if I'm pulling up his like his FBI warrant real quick. The guy is unable to come to the United States because here it is. Conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. Sex trafficking of children by force, fraud, coercion, conspiracy, bulk cash smuggling. So basically like,
Wholesome
you know,
stuff.
your mega pastor. Yeah, your super mega pastor that just has like, you know, you money and like, you know, just harems upon harems day in and day out. So anyways, I saw this guy streaming on YouTube, right? Like in Facebook and everything. And I was like, I recognized the face because I've seen him like when I did like dark web stuff before. And it was just like, I looked up his name. I looked up like the information. I'm like, how is it that like these YouTubers are getting fucking banned for bullshit copyright shit or whatever, yet like this dude is just streaming when he has a full ass FBI warrant, right?
Yep.
Like the guy calls himself like the son of God, like unironically, like that's what his name is. So I brought it up to like, you know, I just like tweeted it out and like YouTube initially comes up. It's like, did you make sure you filed a report in like
I saw
in the
that.
YouTube like viewer? I'm like, no, did you not just see the FBI thing I had attached? And then like, it's like 2 a.m. and I wake up and like YouTube's like, oh yeah, by the way, we totally looked at it again. Yeah, this is up. We're removing him. We're like flagging this guy on the network. And I'm like, okay, great.
I don't like how Team YouTube on Twitter is set up because basically it's a bot, right? They're running some sort of bot where it gets you an automated like response, right?
Honestly, I don't think it's a bot. I think it used
No,
to
it
be
is.
a bot. I don't think it is. I think they changed it up a little bit.
Oh, the way that they respond?
Yeah,
I think that's still
No, it's a bot. The first response is a bot, and then they go back to see like what's getting traction, like what's getting a lot of attention, or like what's most important that they need to manually respond to, like a human needs to respond to. But the first wave is always a bot.
All right, the first wave, I hear you. But like, I know that DMing them, it's definitely a human.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that. I talk to them. They follow me. I follow them. You know, I talk to those guys in DMs.
Yeah.
But if you tweet at them like Mutahar did, the first reply that he got was a f***ing bot response.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
Yeah, and then like obviously whatever's gaining the most traction out of the hundreds of responses are going to dig. Like this one, obviously, like people were like f***ing ratioing them up to the high heavens. Like the thing about like this whole like scenario is like looking into it. It made like people in like the Philippines hate this dude, and now it's like gotten out of their scope. So like they literally for like the last night on like Filipino like WhatsApp and like all their groups are like the fucking Indian like laughing guy meme versus like the son of God. Fucking way, dude.
That's amazing.
Like,
damn.
yeah, but that's it was like the thing about it is like when you're on the internet, like people like to fucking get into like these arguments. I just wish the internet kind of went back to like almost just like you remember that Coney 2012 shit
Oh, yeah.
almost kind of like that, where like there was just like one piece of shit, and like everyone was just like, all right, whatever, let's stop arguing and like all just like roast this one absolutely abhorrent piece of shit. I had so many people who like came up and said like, oh yeah, but he has like all these allegations. I'm like, yeah, that's what the FBI is gonna say, but after looking at all of the evidence that they brought up, I don't know, man. The guy's super duper weird.
There was a couple moments. Remember that Matt Watson guy that tried to shut down YouTube?
Yeah.
There's a couple moments where like everybody came together and said, "F you."
Yeah, we have moments of like people who like we have like
moments of unity.
Yeah,
between
sometimes
the
we just
chaos.
have common like enemies. All of us like sometimes I don't even remember the last one we had a common enemy. Like the last what was the last big one that we all just unanimously all
EDP was
shit
pretty
on?
unanimous, I feel like.
EDP is going live with Gideon in an interview on Rumble.
When?
Like
Today,
now.
right?
Like, well, it's scheduled
person?
for 9. Yes, 9
Interesting.
tonight.
Oh my god, dude! I would fucking kill to see that. Jesus Christ! EDP's like EDP's just one of those like fucking characters where it's like he has no idea. Like there's just no shame, man, and he can't even get convicted because the guys that like the guys that ran that sting operation fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
That like California police can't even fucking take this guy into custody, which they rightfully should.
I'm excited to see how different his answers are to the ones that I asked him.
The one that we'll never get to see.
Yeah, dude, I'm not releasing that.
Kick just got in trouble for gambling.
Really?
Yeah, somebody just texted me. So Kick reportedly blocked in Greece for
Oh
providing.
yeah,
saw that
Greece.
yesterday.
Yeah, they just blocked them.
That's crazy.
Well, like my thing with gambling is I'm not even against gambling. Like if you want to advertise like DraftKings and shit, like legal gambling services that are like really tightly regulated, sure, go ahead. But like anytime you get into like this crypto gambling shit, it's like the fact that there's just no oversight is the only problem that I have.
Don't you feel like there's going to be a moment with some of this like crazy fucking offshore gambling money where like the feds just break in and fucking arrest one of these streamers?
I mean, for that, like, so from what I've understood and like from what I've talked to with like financial, like people that work for like FinCEN and like FinTrack and these organizations, every money laundering operation can be unraveled with like the crack team of accountants, right? Like you can never hide money laundering. That's a fact. The thing is like how much of the resources they want to put up against it. The reality is with something as large as stake, if they get like raided and like they get access to their books, they like audit every single crypto transaction they've had, and they come across like even like a dime of laundered money, like illegal cash floating in around. Dude, the thing is, like, the people behind stake could probably run away and, like, get new identities. But, like, if you're a streamer and you have any equity in that company, dude, the feds are just going to knock on your doorstep and, like, put you in jail. And, like, they're going to go to the people that they can arrest right there, you know?
That's
like,
what
if
I'm
you have a
saying.
house,
Like, it's weird how, like, public this is. It's weird how this is, like, in front of millions and millions of people, right? I don't know.
Dude, I wouldn't even be shocked, man. Sometimes, like, sometimes the wildest shit can happen. This might be the wildest shit that happens, I wouldn't be shocked if, like, 2-3 years from now, some large streamers get raided and, like, we hear, like, their fucking name on, like, an FBI warrant. Like, it's...
Bro, that's crazy to think about.
That would be wild, man. But it's something that, like... I know when I was working on this with like Barely Sociable Coffee and like fucking Fillion, like it's only a matter of time before somebody gets their fucking door kicked in, and it is what it is. Like we'll just have to see, but I guarantee you in like the next 2-3 years or something, you're gonna have to make a drama alert on YouTube where you fucking cover like an FBI like raid on a fucking big old influencer's house, Well,
I'm thinking about bringing Drummer back, but like doing it on like Rumble. Because look, here's my issue. There isn't really a community anymore. You know what I mean? Do you guys remember like 2017, like 2016, like there was a community, and this is what changed in my opinion. Kids would come home from school or come home from work, young adults would come home from work, and they would watch like 6 or 7 different content creators every single day because the videos were 10 minutes long. Now the videos are all fucking podcasts, or they're 20 minutes long or 30 minutes long. And it's like you can't you can't even watch multiple people in a single fucking day because the content's too fucking long. Or you have this other distracting thing, short form content, where you're just swiping that's sucking up all your fucking time. So there's no way for there to be a fucking community. And I think that's part of the reason why I like influencer boxing so much, is because, like, you know, it forces content creators to collab and work together. And it's the last place that I see where there's actually a fucking community.
That or like, you know, the streaming platforms where like the communities are so intertwined, you know?
Yeah. And that's one of the things that Dromler did, is by covering multiple different people and content creators, you're like creating a community.
You made them collab without wanting to collab.
It's true.
Listen,
It's
someone
true.
had to cause the collab.
It is true.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, I feel like we talked about a fair bit of shit today, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, as always, Keem, you're a fucking great guy to fucking sit down and talk with. Holy
I'm not
shit.
done. What about World War III? We're on the brink of it. Like, what the? We're not going to get... Okay.
We're not... Okay, you think World War III... When do you think World War III is going to happen? You can put your bets there. We already talked about betting on the Special Olympics. Let's bet
And
on
betting
fucking
on these
when we
rich
end
people
as a
dying.
species.
So at this point, let's just go.
We are
Yeah,
closer.
shit,
We are closer to World War III right now than we ever have in the history of humanity.
Well, that is the most basic lukewarm take of all. We're closer right now to any point in the future than we were any time in humanity.
Huh?
Huh?
Any point in the future is closer now than it was any time in the past. We're closer
Okay,
to
but
World
you're-
War IV too.
Okay, but you're doing it wrong. Like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. You're like being a guy on Twitter that's purposely not going out of their way to not
I think
understand
he's,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like chronologically, sure. But like in terms of the minutes to midnight or whatever, like
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we're closer. I think with the way the world is acting right now, I think we're definitely on the verge of attacks. I mean, shit just happened in North Korea. But at the same time, I also believe in the Illuminati and shit, and I think like there's a group of like shadow government people that are preventing the collapse. And I like to hope that's the case. I
I
really
see
hope
why your
that's
dad
the
thinks
case.
you're a schizo.
My dad, yeah.
Russia's
I'm
never going to
fucking-
back down. Biden's never going to fucking back down. There's no interest in any peace talks. What's the conclusion? How does this end? Nuclear
War III.
war. Because no
Are you
one's
prepped?
stopping.
Are you a prepper? Are you prepped for nuclear war? By
I
the way?
am. Yeah,
You got guns, ammunition, a bunker, and everything.
I do. But I
Same
really
here.
think that we are getting close.
Yo, my favorite. Did you see the Trump? His truth. He truthed.
Oh my god.
Where he was telling everyone, like, there is a much more dangerous N-word today. Everyone's using the N-word referring to something, but the real N-word is nuclear.
Dude, he's already getting you prepped. But like, here's I do like.
Is he
listen,
wrong?
My most anxiety. No, I don't think he's wrong. My most
funny.
anxiety-ridden thing is the fact that we're facing some fucking nuclear annihilation. I just hope my schizophrenia isn't like real schizophrenia, and like I'm right on the fact that there is just like actual like shadow government agents who are preventing us from like fucking getting nuked. Okay,
Well,
that's all
I mean,
hope.
maybe like throughout history, there's been UFOs and like aliens and stuff over nuclear fucking silos, and they've shut the things down. So maybe that's part of the high
You
activity.
think aliens are saving us?
They could be. Think about it this way. Here's a theory that I thought of, before. Like, if this really is a simulation, wouldn't the aliens be the moderators of the game?
Yeah, such a
They're the
great way to put
mods.
it.
They come in, they
True.
fly
The
around,
admins.
check on some shit. Sometimes, like, one player's
creative
fucking
mode.
up. They fucking probe them, fix them, do a little test on them, get them right back in the game because they're glitching and shit. They're fucking up. They're off their fucking path that they're supposed to be on.
Glitching and shit.
Okay.
You when you were a little kid eating that lollipop. This kid's dumb as.
You know, you think about
Fix
it.
you up.
You think about like on a RP server, like GTA RP, right? If like a lot of people are not playing the fucking game the right way, and they're like really fucking shit up and like just doing whatever they want and not actually role playing and just killing people and shooting people, that's kind of what nukes are. So like maybe the mods have to come in and be like, all right, stop. No, you're not going to ruin this level. You know how hard it was to fucking build this whole country and all this? You're not going to build this landscape with a fucking nuke. No. Just play the game. Play within the rules.
love the way
That's a
that
take.
you've. I love how, like, there's one end where I'm suizophrenically believing in lizard people, and you just compared aliens to, like, Reddit moderators. Dude, I love this. This is such a fucking
down with it.
range.
Think about it.
Makes rational sense.
Have you ever seen a Reddit moderator? No. Have you ever seen an alien? No.
Damn! Case
Holy
closed.
shit.
It's over.
That's true. That's true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was another episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. Hopefully you went out thinking, behind the scenes of how Twitch, Kick, and a lot of these platforms operate and think. We went into talking about submersibles and aliens. And finally, at the end, somehow, in some fucking way, Keemstar, our esteemed guest, has compared aliens to moderators on the worldwide, massively multiplayer online game called Life. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. Check out Oompaville, Nuxtaku, me, and obviously Keemstar, Drama Alert, any other... Happy Punch, and any other platform that I miss.
Just make sure you're there on July 22nd, Nashville, Tennessee, Misfits 08. It's going to be a great show.
You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. We are out.